I don't want to get goofy, but I saw someone say CJ made Pat Mahomes plays the other night.
He made good extended plays. I don't know about.
He threw down the field like Mahomes used to Tyreek. He's rolling out. He escapes the pocket.
He made
throws
one
downfield
across his body, and
and he threw it downfield to Nico. He also made a couple of the Hickens on the run.
He made some nice plays. At no point did I think, "Ooh, man, that looks like Pat."
No, well, I mean, looking down the field and throwing the Nico, and we've seen CJ do that before, though. On the run right, throw over the middle about 20, 25 yards down the field. We've seen CJ do that, mostly his rookie year, but we've seen CJ do that. But I was just looking through last year's Chiefs games. They got to the Super Bowl. They lost the Super Bowl, but they got to the Super Bowl with their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense wasn't very good. They won how many one-score games last year? They were 15-2, and they had 7-0.
A ton of. It could have completely gone the wrong way. It's similar to the Bears this year.
Yeah. Well, the Bears went from 1-7 in the playoff picture.
I know they did, but that's only one loss. It just tells you how jumbled it is. The Bears have 5 wins in the last 2 minutes of the game. That's my point. Is that look how drastically different it was. I mean, they're just losing more of the closer games. Although, frankly, they're getting beat though. The Chiefs are getting beaten a lot.
And the Texans were losing early on. They were losing one-score games.
Yeah.
And now they've turned that around.
It really is like that every year. You can see there's a thin margin between +2 and -2 every single year for every team. That's the minimum. Right. For some teams, it goes to 4 games that could be plus or minus. And look at the difference in your record. Like, the Texans, if they don't, you could make an argument one way of, if they don't come back against the Jacksonville Jaguars, then all of a sudden, what's the record? And you could probably pick and choose a couple early that could go positive. You could pick some, but a lot of times, the early ones that you lose, and then you lose the Jaguar game. Instead, and then you lose. I'm trying to think of another game because they played pretty well here recently, but this could easily be a team right now that has a losing record too. I mean, if a
and
couple
it could
of those
also
things,
be a team if they scored 21 points a game that would be 12-2.
But that's not even in the DNA this year.
Right.
To score 21 a game, what are you talking about?
Right.
That doesn't exist.
Well,
in humanity, it doesn't exist for the Houston Texans.
It actually does.
21 points a game is an enormous amount for the Texans.
They've actually had a couple of.
I know they've had a couple.
21.
Average means this is kind of what the norm is.
Right. The Chiefs had their share. They had 4 games where they didn't even score 20 points, and they won those football games. And then they had 21-point games. They had 22-point games. I mean, it's not like they were just and it comes up with a play here or there. And Mahomes had 196, 154, 159, 151. Yeah, he had plenty of games where he just he had 2 300-yard games, three 300-yard games last year in the regular season. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I mean that I don't want to. CJ made plays when they had to have them. They had way too many 3-and-outs. He missed. He was throwing high for a while, and didn't. And missed some guys, and could have been. They didn't need to have all those 3-and-outs, but they did. And CJ, when they had to have it, CJ came up with some plays, which was really
that's
nice.
all that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than somebody in baseball who hits 250, but then they hit 320 with men in scoring position, or you just get a critical. You can be 0 for 4, and then you get a critical base knock. It's like Machete was doing in the postseason. Like all of a sudden you get a knock. You're 0 for 4, and then you get a knock in the 9th inning where a shot down the line and it turns into a double, and you're in scoring position. That's all it. And you know what we remember? Winning plays.
Winning.
That's what you remember. You remember winning plays. You don't remember, He
Struck
was
out with 2 on.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
sixth.
All the other stuff
right.
goes away if you come up clutch.
Right. And they did.